Chase, the not so retriever. Chase was a pleasure to train and work with. He's a really sweet natured boy as well. We did run into some struggles with Chase that I did not see before at the dog ranch. And the big one for Chase was doors. So, baby gates, doors, and any sort of excitement with multiple dogs around going into leaving a baby gate to go into another room, leaving a door to go into another room, the door to go. We actually go through quite a few baby gates. We would go through the dog room, the office, and then the front door, as well as any gates going into the areas of the farm. So going into one area and then another gate going into the field. And these gates for Chase cause him stress and anxiety when there's any overexcitement. So if other dogs are amped up beside him, trying to push through, he will bark at them and get quite, no ear snapping, but definitely barking and growling with doors and excitement. So I'm not sure if you use a dog walker or daycare. If you do, please make sure that they are always allowing the dogs to come in and out of the vehicles and in and out of doors calmly. Once we slow everything down and we have every dog wait calmly and to come through, then Chase is not barking or growling. The one issue that would happen is Harley would put his paws up on the baby gate, and then that would get Chase barking as well. And this anticipation that of the excitement of going outside, the excitement of being with the other dogs, even though he would be in the same room with the dogs, going into the next area would be, it would cause Chase some angst and some barking at the dogs. Kind of, I'm guessing, or if I had to assume, another dog must have snapped at Chase in this type of environment. And so now he's on the defense a little bit, saying, hey, don't crowd me, don't get in my space, and barking now on the offense. So we eliminate that by having everyone sit and wait calmly for the release would break, and they all come out one at a time, no matter how long it takes. So in the mornings, it could take me sometimes 15, 20 minutes to get the two retrievers and two labs outside because they have to be calm to be able to go move forward. So please maintain having Chase sit at doors, gates, getting in and out of the car. Don't let them out of the car if they're all together unless they're calm. And then once they sit and stay or down and stay, release them with the release word break. Chase did need a refresher for his release word break when it came to getting out of a sit or a down. Overall, Chase is actually a really calm dog in group dynamics outside of like play. He actually lies around and rests quite a bit, and he's happy to lounge around beside you. The release word when you have multiple dogs, it is important that you will say Chase break and then Harley break, or I use everybody break or guys break, so that the dogs know who is allowed to break and who is allowed to get out of the sit or a down. So we did have to refresh Chase quite a bit with the release word in terms of getting him to know when he could get out of it for sit down play as well as all of the door protocols. The main thing we worked on with Chase is leave it and take it and drop it in efforts to teach him how to retrieve. So we went back to start with food with Chase for leave it and take it, which he knows really well, offering eye contact and slowing down the process of having him have a little bit of impulse control. He's very good with food with Leave It. He's very good with items with Leave It, except for toys when we are trying to get him to retrieve. He really, really wants to chew those items. So working with Chase on Leave It and Take It with food will help with those skills, but now we need to transfer it over to toys for retrieving. drop it. Drop it is part of impulse control, and this is where Chase struggles. The leave it and the take it, he loves that part. It's the drop it that's it's a big challenge. So we found the best way to train Chase with drop it was in an enclosed area. If we did it outside, he would just take off and go lie down and chew the item to bits within seconds. So the leave it, drop it, take it did not work well outside in an open area. So I suggest you actually train maybe in the living room or in a den where it is quieter and where he can have some excitement to come back to you versus going off and being distracted. We also did leave it, drop it, take it a lot with Chase on his own. And then once a day, we would incorporate Harley into it as well, where we're having them leave it, drop it, and take it together so that they can learn to have this. To learn to listen together, where what we didn't want is to have a competition between Chase going to choose something and Harley trying to get it, and then them both just lying down and chewing. So how do we overcome the leave it, drop it, take it, or the drop it, is we use mats. So what we do is we use a comfortable mat that Chase wants to lie on anyway, and that's where we reward it. So we would reward Chase for dropping it and put the treat on the mat, and then he would release the toy on the mat, and then we could reward him. We also can do this outside with, or sorry, you can also do it in another location, not necessarily a mat, but use a bucket, and you drop the treats into the bucket or into the food bowl, and then here's a ting, ting, ting of the food going into the food bowl, and he will drop the toy and take the food from the food bowl. And then you can graduate that in terms of getting him to drop it actually in your hand. Now, we did a lot of the toy switch, meaning we use two identical toys, either two balls, two tug toys. We also use White Dog's retrieving bumpers, which were quite hilarious because he killed the bird in seconds. So there is the option of using what with a toy switch, but you need to use equal value toys, and basically you make the other second toy that you have in your hand more exciting, so he wants to drop it. So you can drop the food on the mat, tell him to drop it, and when he drops it, he's going to get the food. Great. You can also put the food directly on his nose when he has the item to get him to drop it. And then you can graduate to putting it into a food bowl or into a bucket where he has to drop the item beside the bucket and then get his face in the bowl or bucket to get the food. And the third one would be a graduating to using your hand. Drop it is the hardest one for Chase. If Chase can get the drop it in the toy, you will be able to get him to retrieve if you can get it back to you. So right now, those are your two methods, is going to be making sure you're using a mat. The other thing about drop it is if you ask him to drop it at a distance and he doesn't drop it and you walk towards him, that can be seen as a competitive movement from the dog. So they're thinking you're competing with them over the toy. So they're going to chew it faster, turn away, turn their back to you, and run away from you. So having them come to you by putting it in the bucket or on the mat, you are eliminating that competition. In terms of them feeling like they have to, keep the toy away from you. So that's how you want to combat drop it when it comes to Chase. Another great tip for drop it is not necessarily using a ball, but using an item that you can have in your hand, like a rope toy or a ball that has a rope or loop attached to it, so that you can keep it in your hand. So in a dog's mentality, if they have it in their mouth, it's theirs. If you have it in your hand, it's yours. If you are holding it and they are biting it, it's ours, right? So having a toy that you can try to work with, either a rope toy or a ball with a loop on it, a handle on it, holding that handle and getting him to drop it with the food and rewarding him to get the repetition in will really help as well. But it also gives you that a little bit of control because you can keep holding on to it so that he doesn't take it and go off into the corner and chew and destroy it within 5 seconds.
Okay, it's going to be hard. Leave it. Leave it. Take it. Good boy. Take it. You can take it. Yes. Take it off. See, he's able to drop it. Jump! Good drop. Yes, good boy. Jump! Yes, take it. Good boy. Okay, you're gonna leave it. Okay, go get it. Oh God. He killed it. He killed it. Leave it. Good drop back. Good retrieving. Okay. Go get it. Bring it. Good boy. Jump. Jump it. Here's some more. Here's some more. No. Leave it. Good, leave it. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Okay, ready? Ready? Leave it. Leave it. Okay, go. Go get it. Go get the bar. Bring it. Go get the bar. Good boy. Jump. Yes, good job. Good job. Good job. Go get the bar. Go get it. Bring it. Jump. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. Sit. No, no. No, no. No, yet. Sit. Yes. Go get the bar. Bring it. Jump. Yes, good job. Jump. Yes. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Sit. And down. Leave it. Leave the bar. Leave the bar. Leave the bar. Leave it. Okay. Go get it. Bring the bar. Jump. Jump it. Jump the bar. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Jump the bar. Yes. Sit. Yeah. And down. Down. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, go. Take it. So with this ball, I need a high value. Need it. Okay, take it. Jump! Yes, good job. Leave it. Leave it. Take it. Take it. Jump! Jump. Yes, good boy. Okay, yes. Really, really good. And then I will do this again. Take it. Take it. Take it. Okay, so he's watching my sheets, so I'm gonna just close this. Jump! Yes, good boy, that's it. Good boy, yes. Leave it. Leave it. Take it. Take it. Take it. Take it. No? Okay. Treat. Here. No more treat. Okay? Take it. Go. 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 Good boy. Jump. Here. Jump. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Take it. Yes. Good boy. Jump. Take. Here. Bring it. Bring it. Yes. Bring it. That's it. Jump. Yes. Good boy. Go bring it. Take it. Take. Bring it. Jump. Yes. Good boy. Ready? Go. Go take it. Go find it. No, I don't have a treat anymore. I don't have a treat. Go get it. Go get it. Yes. Go get it. Bring it. Yes. Bring it. Bring it. Jump. Chase, right here. I got it. What you doing there? Chase. Here. Okay. Chase, go find it. Yes. Good boy. Right here. This right there. Here, jump. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Ready? Okay. Go find it. Yes, here. Jump. Jump. Right here. Jump. Yes. Take. Jump. Go find it.
Good boy. Come, Chase. Yes. Sit. Yes. Good boy. Stand back
Simba, Chase, come, hip. Simba, yes, good boy. Yes, good boy, Simba. Yes, touch. Good boy. Sit. Awesome. There you go. Chase, hip. Yes, good boy, Chase. Good boy, Chase. And sit. Yeah, good boy.